What's up everyone, my name is Diamond, and in this video I want to dissect the question, should you pay off your car loan early? Did I make the right decision with my car loan? How has it impacted me financially? Knowing what I know now, would I make the same decision? We're going to discuss all this and more as we walk through the pros and cons surrounding this question. If you're an existing subscriber, then thank you for your continued support. If this is the first time you're catching one of my videos, I invite you to click the subscribe button and join the community and ring the bell so you're notified when new videos are posted. This channel is where we intersect personal finance with the real world to have a better impact on you. And with that in mind, let's jump into the content. Con, I would pay off my loan early, but I have a prepayment penalty, and they said I can't make principal only payments. This is all bad. This is where the bank will charge you a fee to pay off the loan ahead of schedule, meaning you are penalized by trying to give the people the money you owe them ahead of schedule. This is huge because this will impact not only how fast you can pay the car off, but it's also going to impact how much money you end up paying. And I made a video after this one, you should definitely check it out, where I walk through the comparison of making monthly payments through the whole life of the loan versus somebody making principal payments. You can check that out right here. And that video will be an eye-opener for you. And if you find yourself in one of these type of loans, I highly encourage you to go out immediately and find a place to refinance this loan right now. It's going to save you a lot of money. Pro, by paying off your car loan early, you reduce your monthly expenses. And you get to use that money towards something else in your budget. And with the average car payment in America hovering around $500, this is huge for a lot of people. And when times get rough, it's nothing like having a paid-for car in your driveway and having reduced monthly expenses. Con, I will use the money in my savings account to pay off my car, but I don't want to do that because that would leave me cash poor, and I don't want to be broke. Look, you've already spent the money when you signed up for the car note. It's a matter of whether you're going to pay it all at once or you're going to do it incrementally. Now, as a person who's been through his fair share of emergencies, I'm not telling you to go out and wipe your savings account clean just to pay off your car. You should definitely have an emergency fund. For me, when I was working through my debt, having an emergency fund was a critical key component. By sitting on a pile of cash while making car payments, you're actually costing yourself money in the big picture. Another thing to think about is if the balance on your car is equal to all the money you have saved, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that means you're broke. Pro, you actually own the car. You see, when you sign those loan documents and you drive off the car lot in your brand new car, you become what's known as a joint owner of that car with the bank. But when you get it paid off, they send you two documents. One says, congratulations, your loan is paid in full. The second one is a clean and clear title. This is your car to do with whatever you want. So you can drive it, sell it, give it away. And I wouldn't recommend this, but if you just hate not having car payments, you can just call up the bank and refinance the car. Hey, now is a good time to hit the like button. If you have any questions or you have additional pros and cons, then leave those down in the comments section for me. Con, I'm not paying off my car loan early because it's going to negatively impact my credit score and I've worked way too hard to get it where it's at. Good point, but let's be serious. Do you really think that your credit score is about to go from like excellent down to poor? Like by paying off your car, do you really feel that you're about to lose, let's say 100 points? That's not the case. And even if it was the case, which is not, let's do an exercise. Pull out your phone or jump on a computer, look at your car loan. I want you to look at how much interest you've paid year to date, and I want you to look at how much interest you paid last year. And then ask yourself, is it worth it to spend this much money to keep from a minor drop in my credit score? When I paid off my truck, my credit score dropped by about 20 points, which didn't affect my credit rating. Pro, it's cheaper to operate a car once it's paid off. And no, I'm not saying that it gets better gas mileage or anything like that. What I'm saying is when your car is paid off, you just start thinking differently. And there's some things you can get rid of, like gap insurance. Once it's paid off, you can cancel that policy, put that money back in your pocket because you can't be upside down on something that you own outright. You can get rid of the extended warranty because now that you don't have any car payments, you probably can afford to make the repairs. And probably the reason you bought the warranty in the first place is because you was thinking, what if something happens and it's expensive and I have to make that payment, plus I got to make the car payment. With the car being paid off, that's not an issue anymore. So it's cheaper to operate a car when it's paid off, and that's just a few things that come to mind. Con, and this is the most popular reason you'll hear people tell you, don't pay off your car loan early. Or for that matter, why you shouldn't pay your home off early either. And it goes like this. I was running some numbers, and based off my calculations, the math tells me that my opportunity cost is higher if I divert this money from debt to investments. And to that person, I would say, did you run a Monte Carlo simulation against this scenario? And all these $10 words with 5-cent meanings is just to say this. I have a car loan over here with 2% interest, and I have an opportunity to invest this money at 10% interest. And therefore, I'm not going to use my extra money to pay off the car. I'm going to use it to put in the investment. So net, I make 8% return on my money. And this sounds great on paper. And mathematically, it works out. But I live in the real world. And what life has taught me is that no matter how much you plan something, nothing ever goes 100% according to plan. And that's the only way that this whole situation works. And when I say, did you run a Monte Carlo simulation against it? All I'm saying is, did you consider risk when you did this calculation? Because things happen, like a global pandemic that causes the stock market to lose 3 years worth of gains in one day. And if that wasn't enough, in a recent survey, 82% of millionaires said they don't carry car payments. Meanwhile, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So who's really telling you to keep these car payments, and who do you want to listen to? Pro, by paying off your car early, it's easier to pay for your next car. And this has two major benefits. One, you may be able to save up enough money to pay for your next car in cash. And if you don't quite make it, you'll have a very large down payment, meaning you'll have to finance a lower amount for a shorter duration, which would give you more favorable rates, because we all know the best rates are on the shorter terms, right? Con, you haven't hit the like button yet. Pro, and this is the best one yet. With the car paid off, you get to take that car payment and use it for other financial goals. I want you to take a second here and just think for a minute. What would your life be like without a car payment? Like, what would you use that car payment for? Comment down below and tell me what you would be spending your car payment on if that thing was out of your life. The bottom line is this: car payments suck. And the only legitimate reason for keeping them is that you have met all your other financial goals. You have paid off all your other consumer debt. You're invested in your kids' college. You have a nice emergency fund. The next couch you buy is not going to have to be financed because you're short on cash. And you're putting aside enough of your income to build the type of wealth that you see for yourself in retirement, because they're not some sophisticated tool that you're going to use to build your wealth with. They're rapidly depreciating pieces of metal with 4 circle things wrapped in rubber that get you from point A to point B. And that's coming from a car guy. But when I used to think with my car guy hat, I was broken in debt. But now that I keep my financial hat on, I've turned things around, moving in the right direction, and I'm moving faster than I ever thought was possible. But that's exactly what inspired me to start making YouTube videos. I want to be able to help people out who was in a similar situation as mine. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, light up the bell so you know when new videos come out, and we can learn together. Until next time, I'm Diamond. Peace.